Alright guys, 4th of July here at Bucksall. We're going to try to do some crappie fishing today. It's been a while since I made a video. Been a lot happening, fishing crappie masters and a couple other tournaments. Did pretty good. We ended up 23rd out of 90 boats, about a quarter pound out of the money, and we had 3 or 4 fish that broke off. I think either one of them would have got us that, but it was fun. Great tournament, great turnout. So anyway, we're gonna see if we can get on some crappie and maybe get a limit. I don't know if we're gonna keep it here or not, but water's pretty dirty. I think the water level's around 716 or so right now, and probably still raising. A little bit of trash in the water, not much, but I think it still ought to be some pretty good fishing. So we'll see what happens. Alright guys, I kind of want to take a minute this morning and show some of my settings. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. I think that I'm fishing Truman Lake, and the water clarity, you can't really see on camera, but it's about normal as it is year-round. Depth, just a little deeper than what I normally fish, but kind of go through the settings and see if it works for me. I went through a lot of trial and error on it. Really didn't watch a whole lot of videos. I just kind of did it myself, and whatever I thought looked the best, just kept changing until I thought I got it pretty perfected. So anyway, this is the picture that you're looking at. Let's see here. The sonar setup. My gain. I really in Truman, I normally run from 45 to like 55, nothing over 55. With the rest of these settings. Forward range, so it's always on 20 foot. I know a lot of guys run 30, but I started out running on 20 so long I can't gauge the size of fish as good. That's where I feel most comfortable. Appearance, I'm on the moss. This is on the last update. I usually do the black emerald, but this moss I've been liking. I mean, it's extremely bright. If you see like that fish right there, very bright. I feel like that's pretty good. Color gain, I'm on 72. Really haven't messed with that a whole lot. Really didn't feel like I needed it. Maybe you could turn it down a little bit, but I'm 70, around 70 ought to be good. Noise reject I got on high. Just makes for a cleaner picture. I'll see if you put it on low, this is what you come up with. And I don't know, I think some guys like it. I just want the cleanest picture as I can. It just helps simplify what's a fish and what's not. Ghost reject I got on high. TVG I always have off. So anyway, that's about it. Another tip that I got, a lot of the guys that are running your battery dead, every time you turn on your graph, if you hit power once, your backlight is right here, and if you have that set at 100, which I need to go down in the morning, I'll normally run that down as low as I can. You know, if I can get away with 85, what that does is it keeps your voltage higher, and it's less power that's pulling out your battery. If you can get away with 3 or 4 hours running it at 80 instead of 100, your battery should last quite a bit longer. And if you restart it, I normally restart my battery every 3 hours or so. I might let it run if it's end of a tournament or end of a day fishing. I might just let it run for the last hour and a half, 2 hours. But I got that very quiet 154 stroke back there, and it don't affect the fish at all. I mean, at all. So anyway, that's kind of what my settings were. I thought that might be helpful for a lot of guys that just got their LiveScope. But see if we can put it to use and put some fish in the boat. Alright guys, I'm running just a normal I got 32nd ounce jig head with a muddy water chartreuse tail. Sun pops out here a little bit more. I might throw something else on with some flake, but right now it seems like a pretty good spot. There's a good fish right there, a fish. Pretty good little color. Overall color year round is pretty good. Now, I normally try to downsize just because this time of year they can get extremely finicky. There's a lot of pressure. Here's some crappie. A bad fish right there. I turn my ghost reject off. Oh, end up catching the crappie, now you paying attention. Not a bad crappie. First keeper. I'll keep him for now. Sitting here messing with my settings and ended up catching a fish. There you go. Small, but good LiveScope footage. Pretty good fish. Just came in. Look, oh, got him. All right. I don't know if you guys could see that. He's right on the bottom. Came up, looked at it first time. Second time, came back and got it. I think the best thing I can say about that helped me is just downsizing. Ain't bad. All about same. 11-inch crappie, 10.5-inch crappie. Just messing around though. Might get on the Hill Blackstone later and blacken some crappie. It's been pretty good here lately. Sometimes all this is a little flat right here. There's crappie up here. And sometimes these fish will come all the pressure, and really not pressure. They'll just get up on these flats. See, that fish is spooking right there. And they'll push some shad up here and feed. And so they just like being on the flats, and there's really no structure right here, but sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. But when they are, it's pretty good numbers. They're not stacked like they would be on a tree, but enough to where you can you can do some damage there pretty quick. I haven't been here probably, I don't know, 5 minutes. Got 3 keepers. Oh, that's not a crappie, I don't think. No, it's not. Down below it looked like it was. Here's a crappie right here. I'll tell you another thing. I think a lot of it's from all these tournaments going on. A lot of these big fish you'll see, that's a pretty good fish right there. Ain't a giant, but ain't a tournament fish. But a lot of these, you know, they just probably got caught. Oh, there he is. There he is. That's a good one. Came back and chased it. They're in a chasing mood today. Chartreuse tail, they're liking it. Ain't as big as what I thought. Well, I always think they're bigger than what they are. Ain't bad. Having fun. Number 4 and probably, like I say, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. A lot of guys right now are fishing 30-foot water. Which I ain't gonna say there ain't fish there, because there definitely is. I know before LiveScope ever came out, we'd right across the wall from Bucksaw, we used to limit out every single, well, not limit out, but we would, that's if we came down and fished, that's where we went. We always caught crappie, no matter what. Nothing very big, mostly little tiny fish, but I never knew none of this shallow water stuff even existed until I got LiveScope and kind of did some more research, got more into tournament fishing. That's another thing. If anyone thinks of, you know, tournament fishing might not be for you, I ain't saying, you know, it's for everyone, but what it does do, if you want to benefit your this time fishing, like this fishing right here, that is the way to go. Because it makes you think of ways. Not only do you have to find fish, but you got to find big fish. You figure out the lake twice as fast as what you normally would. Because on a normal day, you'd be like, oh, if you're not catching them, well, you know, no big deal. But you got to catch them in a tournament. So, anyway, that's just why it's helped me a lot. I guarantee you that. And I ain't in tournament. If I was in a tournament right now, I would obviously not be fishing here. But I'm just having fun. I've been fishing tournaments for the last 2 or 3 weekends. And by no means professional at it, but I am improving every time I go. Learning stuff a little better, learning new. And it's one thing to learn the lake, you know, in a certain pattern, but you might go a week, might go a day. With all this water rising, you know, all the water coming in is real dirty, it changes everything. So you gotta know enough spots. Where do they go when the water's rising? Where do they go when it's real dirty? Where do they push up at? And I don't know. It's fun. A lot of people probably think I'm crazy, but I enjoy the heck out of it. Figuring out the fish and what can I do to make it a little better. Alright, I made a little quick run and did some graphing, side imaging. Found a pretty good little group of fish here. See if any of them bite. There we go. Oh, we missed it. Right on a ledge. Definite side imaging definitely pays off. If you know how to use it. Sitting right on. There he is. Alright. Let's keep her. Nothing crazy, but man, there are a lot of them over here. feeding on that shad. Got him. Little bitty guy. Quick release too. Just drop right back down. Got that one. Oh yeah. We're talking. We're talking 12 and a half. See him going into that shad. It's crazy. Big old schools of crappie. Yeah, here. Bass. Everything. Got him. Get the bigger of the two. This fish ain't going up in that shad. He's just waiting down below. There he is. We got him. Nice one. Alright guys, I was going to show you my aerator system that I got going. I got a recirc pump here, and that pulls the water from down below, just keeps circulating. I have an aerator here. I actually have a battery. I got the Power Bubbles 12 volt, bought from Academy for like 30 bucks. And that little 12 volt battery was just a battery that I actually bought for a Bluetooth speaker. It was the wrong size. It wasn't that much money, but that thing will run 2 or 3 days non-stop. I've never killed it. You also see some bottles that was left over from the tournament. I will freeze those bottles solid the night before a tournament, keep them in a cooler, and throw a bottle, one of those big jugs, 2 or 3 of them throughout the day. Turn that recirc pump on, and I've never had a fish die yet. But anyway, I thought I'd show you that if you don't have an aerator, built-in aerator and all that, it's a pretty good way of, pretty easy way of getting an aerator to run non-stop and not having to use your big battery, because that was my issue, is I didn't want to kill the my big battery for LiveScope. So it's worked out pretty good, and like I said, I haven't killed a fish yet. Anyway, we'll finish out the limit real quick and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Oh yeah, nice black. Oh man, that's what you call plucking them out of the old bush there. Nice fish. Got him. Same chartreuse tail. Keeper. 10.5 inch crappie. Got him. Here's Mr. Cody fishing with his all aboard mount. Oh, you have one? Is it a good one?
On the Crappie.
I think that's all we're gonna do for today. Go back, clean some fish, fry them up.